Now, one of the first moves by Virginia's new governor, Glenn Youngkin, was to eliminate school mask mandates throughout the Commonwealth. But major school districts are refusing to back down and instead are digging their heels in. Now, the Alexandria City public school system, incredibly left-wing, even hinted at a stricter mask mandate, ordering KN95 masks for students and staff, probably from China, and providing surgical masks for double masking. This is insane. Joining me now is Dr. Marty Makary, Fox News contributor. And I loved hearing this, health advisor now to Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Dr. Makary, it was such great news to hear about your being named as an advisor to Governor Youngkin. But what do you make of this intransigence of the school boards, school districts, on the issues of masks?
Well, good evening, Laura. First of all, it's a privilege to chair the advisory committee. The governor's a very smart man and he's data-driven, and I don't speak for the governor, but if you listen to his words, he asked the school districts to take about a week to listen to parents. That's what he asked. And immediately, before any listening occurred, they issued strong statements and mischaracterized the position as somehow a ban on mask mandates. What he's saying is that parents should have a say and should have input as to whether or not and have the option to opt out. Now, I can tell you that there is significant concern about children who are struggling right now. I talked to a parent of a disabled young child who's been vaccinated, but yet forced to wear a mask during speech pathology. We've had this assumption that there's no downsides to masks, but the data are pretty clear right now. We've got a mental health crisis among children declared by the Surgeon General, and the Brown University study tells us that there's developmental delays, cognitive and motor. You cannot ignore that data.
Now, so the former CDC director, Tom Frieden, I know you know him, made a fairly interesting admission about masking students. Watch this.
Mask mandates are a proven way to increase mask use. Schools need to stay open. We need to protect our children and our children's education. And I'm really disappointed to see this kind of political posturing that could have life and death consequences.
Now, Dr. Makary, he never said that the masks were effective. He just said that the mandates forced compliance. Now, this is after the CDC said the regular cloth mask you buy in the grocery store are of limited effectiveness against the Omicron. So what the heck is going on here?
Well, there's actually broad consensus now by public health officials acknowledging privately, and they're starting to say so publicly, that the cloth masks have almost no impact on transmission whatsoever. And we've basically known that the entire time because the size of an aerosolized COVID virus is about 1 to 5 microns, and the pore size of a cloth mask is about 10 to 200 microns. So it's very porous. We're also finally starting to see acknowledgement from public health officials that everyone's going to get Omicron or be exposed to it. So I think people are hungry for honesty right now. If you look at the CDC's strong stand on mask mandates, they are citing the Maricopa study, which was a study so scientifically flawed it would never be published in any medical journal. They had more schools in the study than there are in the county.
No, from the beginning, we have been saying this, that their influenza studies, you know, the overall observational study of all the different studies done on influenza virus that was on the CDC website starting in 2020, they just completely discounted that. So this entire exercise has been just ridiculous, and our kids are getting hurt. But Dr. Makary, we look forward to seeing how this blows out here, but this looks like it's going to have to go to litigation at some point, and